Bar.
Got it.
Bear.
Yep.
Bear.
Yep.
Baby.
No.
Sorry,
No, it's okay. You had the word.
Jaden,
It's fine. Let's just keep going.
Bob.
Yep.
Gab.
Yep. Oh, hey.
Yes?
You used B twice.
What?
For baby, you used the same B twice.
So?
You can't double use letters.
Oh, right. Sorry. Jaden, should we talk about this?
We've talked about it a lot. I'd really rather not.
I know. Did we do something wrong?
No! I don't know. It's just 3, Sophia. She would have been 3 today.
I know.
Well, anyway, I'd really rather not talk about it. It'll get better. I hope we'll get pregnant again.
I hope so too. Is that supposed to help?
No, I'm sorry.
We should go on an adventure.
What? Where to?
I don't know. The forest. Remember back in college, we always used to take those day trips to the nature trails in the forest outside of town.
Of course I remember that. What was that tree we always used to meet at?
Center tree.
Center tree. The magical tree at the heart of the forest.
At least in the pedestrian walkway in the heart of the forest.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
What, tonight?
Sure. Life's been burning us out. Anything would be better than staying in this house
I
tonight.
agree with you, but you have work at 6 tomorrow. And I've got that storybook writing conference I haven't even started on.
And I'm on call every weekend till the end of the month. We need better jobs. How's your book coming?
It's coming. I don't know, writer's block, I guess? Hey, do you remember those dreams you used to have?
Of course. The first one paid for our living room.
I don't suppose you've had any more lately.
I haven't had a dream in, well, 3 years.
So I've got writer's block, and you've got dreamer's block.
And we've got lover's block.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we're trying to progress our story together, but we don't know how. We're stuck. What should we do?
Well, how do you get over writer's block?
I don't know. I get inspired?
Well, maybe we just need to be inspired. What do you want to read tonight?
You pick.
Where the wild things are.
Maurice!
Mr. Sendak. Can I be Max this time?
Of course. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind,
And another. His mother called him,
Wild thing.
and he said,
I'll eat you up.
so he was sent to bed without eating anything.
That very night in Max's room, a forest grew.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. My heart's not in it. I just keep thinking about,
What?
well, you know.
Okay, Jaden, let's talk about this. It's really bothering us. Are we repressing something?
I don't know. Don't you have to be up for work tomorrow?
Yeah, I do.
Well, good night then.
Good night.
Good night. We'll talk about it in the morning.
Night. I'll eat you up, I love you so.
Good night. tired anymore.
Oh, me neither. I can't remember the last time I felt this free. Oh, Jane, come in the river. We can breathe underwater.
I don't know. Oh, I love this. It's like flying. How is this possible?
It's possible because we're dreaming.
We're dreaming?
Yes.
But you haven't had a dream in years.
Not since I...
Yeah. Well, that's odd. You're usually the dreamer.
And you're usually the writer.
But I'm dreaming.
I think so.
And you're dreaming?
I think so.
How is that possible?
Well, it's possible, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. When I write a story, it generally has to have one protagonist for it to work. And a dream is the subconscious exploration of one mind.
But we are married.
So?
So, if you were writing a story about a married couple, you might make them both the protagonists.
Oh, a two will become one flesh kind of thing.
Exactly.
And share one subconscious.
Well, there would be a strong link of some sort.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. So what are the rules of this dream? Is it more like Matrix or more like Inception?
Maybe just regular dream rules?
What are those?
I have no idea.
Didn't you used to have a lot of really cool dreams?
Yeah. But I usually just go with the flow. This is different. It's like, perhaps with you here, there's more room for pushback.
What do you mean?
You're a writer, so maybe you help shape the narrative of what happens.
Oh, I read a book on lucid dreaming once. Apparently, if you're aware that you're dreaming, you can do anything. Like fly.
Interesting. Are we lucid dreaming?
I think so. We're aware that we're dreaming.
And we're aware that we're dreaming.
When you mentioned we were dreaming, something shifted.
The fog is lifted.
Sophia, let's make a decision. Let's choose something. Let's do something.
Can we will things into being just like that?
Let's try to jump over the tallest. Oh!
Does it hurt?
No, what kind of? Maybe just emotionally? Oh, well, there goes that theory.
It is a good theory.
Guess we're still bound by some limitations.
Jaden, I don't feel totally safe here.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Jaden, I'm serious. How long is this dream supposed to last?
That's a good question. Maybe it's offset, like in Narnia?
Jaden, can we stick to telling our own story?
But we don't know what our story is yet. Hey, isn't this that trail just north of the city?
Oh my goodness, yes it is.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's strange how it can feel so real and yet still be so imaginary.
Feels like a memory.
Yeah, vivid memory. All coming back at once, all the sights and sounds and feelings.
Jaden, is that?
Yeah, center tree. It was one of those early February days. One of those days where the sun has come out unexpectedly and the tulips are budding early. We left campus in my parents' car, grabbed some veggie burgers on the way, and I brought you here for the first time.
What a beautiful night.
He said, holding tightly to my hand. The wind was singing in the trees. I really like you, I said.
I really like you too.
He replied. Oh gosh, I was so nervous. I could barely get the ring out of my oversized hippie sweater I used to wear. I remember looking up at you, and I remember the look you had on your face. You looked afraid, with that courageous kind of fear that I love about you. That look you get when a fire starts in your heart, and it bubbles up into your eyes. You smile.
You withdrew the box from your pocket and got down on one knee. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, not at all. I was so nervous.
I do. And since this is both of our memories together, see if you can just start speaking and let the words come to you. I feel like they're there. You said,
Sophia, you know that I'm more of a writer than a talker. I tend to ramble and I process things in less than eloquent ways. I guess that's what I love about you. Your ability to talk me into things that I'm afraid to do and talk me out of things I'm afraid to leave behind. You talk me out of self-doubt and complacency, and just you being in my life has talked me out of bed every morning. So I was wondering, did I really really say, so I was wondering?
Yeah?
So I was wondering if you'd let me talk you into marrying me.
Yes, yes, yes! Did you mean all those things?
Of course, or I wouldn't have said them.
I mean just now, when you said them again.
I did. Sophia, what happened to us?
Life happened.
Now, Sophia. I will not have such cliches in my story.
Your story?
Our story. But what if you are just a projection of my subconscious?
Jaden, I will have no more Inception references in my story.
I like this. Playfulness. It's been a while. I feel young again.
You are young again. It's been a while.
Well, then let the wild rumpus stop.
Jaden!
But really, what happened?
We got busy.
We got pregnant.
We got jobs. Well, at least I did.
Oh! Ha ha! You're just jealous. Writing is one of the hardest professions in the world. You can't offer your Marie Sendak.
Well, you're my Marie Sendak, and I think you're pretty darn good.
You mean that?
What do you mean? Of course I do.
It's the nicest thing you've said to me in a while.
Really?
Really.
It's not the nicest thing I've thought about you. This is odd. What's a chair doing in the middle of the forest? Oh. I remember this.
This isn't me.
No, definitely not. This is a much better part of the story.
Oh, I wasn't here for this. This is that memory during the finals. I remember this story.
It was a rainy day. One of those hopeful rainy days when the sun is shining so bright behind the clouds you think it'll burst through at any minute. We were getting married in the summer, and it was already April. April. Showers bring the flowers.
Miss Williams.
Oh, this joker.
Oh yeah, you never liked Dr. Francis.
It's not that I didn't like him. I just figured he was a little cold and distant.
I always thought he was mild and caring.
If by mild and caring you mean emotionally detached, then yeah, I'd agree with you.
No, he was always conscientious. Sure, he doesn't hold your hand and walk you through everything. He's not a psychologist, but he was a good doctor.
Well, he just didn't seem empathetic at all. Like he doesn't care about our lives, he's just punching in the hours.
I'm right here, you two.
Well, you're just a part of my subconscious, so.
That doesn't mean I don't have feeling.
Sorry. Wait, what? Never mind. Sophia, you tell this one. I'll watch.
Thanks, Jay.
Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. He began.
So, it came in a week ago with fever, some mild achiness, and chills.
That's right.
Any change?
It's a little better.
I see.
He made a note in his clipboard and continued.
And have you had your period?
I think so. I said anxious.
How long has it been?
Well, guess it's been about 2 months now.
That makes sense.
How does that make sense?
You're pregnant.
I am? I said, trying to stifle my uneasiness.
You most certainly are.
Replied Dr. Francis with a smile.
Looks like you're about 7 weeks along. Would you like to schedule an ultrasound sometime in the next month?
Okay, sure, I said, feeling faint.
Are you all right?
Yes,
How are you feeling?
nervous, anxious, excited, I guess.
Are you still in a relationship with Jaden?
I am definitely,
Well,
said the doctor.
tell him the good news. I'll get an ultrasound scheduled for you sometime soon. Talk to Amy at the front desk.
And he left the room, just the good news. Simple as that.
Just tell him the good news? Really?
Simple as that.
You don't know about half of it.
Well, if your theory is correct, and I am a projection from your subconscious, then I should know all of it.
All right, maybe you are. But you're kind of an ass.
Am I?
Yeah. How is she?
She's fine. Probably just needs some time to herself for a while.
She's going through it all over again, isn't she?
Probably not to the same degree, knowing all she knows now. But yes, I'm sure remembering is difficult.
What's the point of us going through all of this again? It's crazy.
You wanted to tell your story, Jade.
Well, Sophia did, yeah. But is it worth it? I mean, are we supposed to have some sort of Aristotelian catharsis or something?
Aristotelian.
Catharsis. The purging of the soul?
Well, I'm no doctor, but yes.
It's funny. You said you're not a doctor, and you're clearly a doctor.
Am I?
What? This dream just keeps getting more ridiculous. Who are you really?
No, I thought you hated cliches.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes they're necessary. Who are you really?
I'm the ghost of pregnancy's past. Dr. Francis.
But we're not in a memory right now, so who are you right now?
Sophia mentioned she was nervous to talk to her parents. Did you ever end up telling them the good news?
Yeah, we did. Sophia and I did. It was difficult to tell them because they're conservative.
It was difficult for you to tell them because they were conservative.
Yes.
What were you afraid of?
I don't know. Judgment? Condemnation, I guess.
Why would you be afraid of judgment if you didn't do anything wrong?
They're good people, and I value their relationship. And I guess I'm kind of scared of them.
Ah, so now the truth comes out.
I see what you're doing here. You're trying to make me feel guilty about having premarital sex. Well, the 1950s called, and they want their imaginary subconscious doctor back.
I'm just trying to understand this properly. You weren't alive in the 50s.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel guilty for having premarital sex?
No!
Good. Then there's nothing to worry about.
I mean, but shouldn't I? I mean, that's what everyone says, right? Don't worry about it, it's fine. If you're brought up a certain way, you never outgrow what your parents taught you to do.
I meant what I said about the baby being good news.
Really?
Really. You really need to learn to love yourself.
Screw you.
I better be going.
No, wait, come on. What's going on here? Who are you?
I'll see you again. Good day.
He's different than I remember him.
I think it's because that time I was here.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're fake. You look just like you did that day.
Still remember it, hey? This part is difficult for me to remember.
Oh, really? I remember this quite vividly.
No, I mean that it's difficult and that it's hard to go back there. It's hard to feel all those feelings again.
I see.
I'm fine with all the miserable stuff. The fights, fear. Coming back to the good days really takes it out of me.
Well, it's only a dream. It can't hurt us.
Only emotionally, which is worse.
It was later that April evening. I had just finished my last final of my university career. I received your text around 6 p.m.
Meet me at Center Tree.
It was all that it said. The rain had stopped and the sun was going down. It burned a bright orange red in the clouds behind the trees. So why'd you bring me here?
You asked, a smile in your eyes and that optimism you always used to have.
And you ever so playful reply?
I just wanted to let you know that I received a 98% on my nursing final.
Congratulations! I said legitimately excited, but I knew that you had to be up to something. Nothing could have prepared me for.
And I'm pregnant.
Really?
You asked, wide-eyed. There was a pause, and then a grin crept up your cheeks and into your eyes, and we connected.
I don't feel like I never want to talk about it. I just feel like we've talked about it. It's all been said. I mean, I'll never forget, but after a certain point, we have to move on with our lives, right?
We should be able to remember her.
But we have. And then we just go in circles and we go to bed sad.
Sometimes it's good to let out what you're feeling. Not just suppress it under niceties. Anyway, it was nice to remember how excited you were.
You continue.
The doctor said I'm about 7 weeks along.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Jaden!
So exciting.
So serious, though. There was a pause, and then you said,
You're going to make the best mom.
no, I won't, I replied.
You would have been.
Thanks, Jay.
I guess that doesn't help now, eh?
Are you worried at all?
You asked me, catching me kind of off guard. About what? I replied quickly.
My mom and dad?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
What should we do about it?
Well, we're getting married soon. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, right?
Yeah, they're just a little closed-minded about this sort of thing. I said not recognizing my own closed-mindedness towards them at the time.
I guess so. I think it's mostly misdirected, but I think it mostly means that they care about you. I mean, you're still in the picture, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Sophia, we didn't do anything wrong.
You said emphatically, with your characteristic firm gentleness. I know, I said. And then you took my hand.
It's going all right, eh? That conversation with your parents?
Yeah, better than expected. It's amazing. All the negative things you think people will say and do. I guess that's one good thing about pessimism, is you can't be disappointed.
Yeah, it was unfair to your parents, though.
Yeah, it was. It was just so surprising. Just love and hugs all around.
I kept waiting for a rebuke.
And it never came.
It was kind of anticlimactic, eh?
Yeah.
Sophia, we didn't do anything wrong.
Do you still believe that?
Definitely.
We did the right thing. We got married.
Now, that's not the only reason we got married.
No, of course not. Why would you suggest that?
I wasn't suggesting it. I thought you were suggesting it.
I wasn't suggesting it. I married you because I love you.
I'm sorry.
And you? No obligation? You didn't marry me just so you could be a father?
I married you because I'm crazy about you.
Oh my gosh.
It's an altar?
It's the altar. It's funny. Every time you go into one of these memories, all the old feelings come rushing back. Jaden, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I don't remember these feelings every day.
I'm sorry, too. I love this, but it's so difficult.
It's really hard to risk being happy again.
Especially when you know the ending.
Do you know the ending?
You again?
Yes, apparently you're both terrible at remembering faces.
Or perhaps you're very specific. It's your story.
You think I'm symbolic in some way?
I don't know, but you do remind me of someone.
Oh my gosh, Maurice?
I prefer Mr. Sendak,
You're Maurice Sendak?
in a way.
What? What does that mean?
You've already explained it. We're in your subconscious. I don't know anything you don't.
Oh, come on, who are you?
You still haven't answered my question. Do you know the ending?
You know the ending to the pregnancy? Yes.
Jaden!
I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's true.
Do you remember every detail to the whole story?
No.
To be honest, I've been remembering a lot already tonight. It's been good.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, shall we continue?
No.
we have a choice in this, Sophia. I think this dream is going to take us exactly where it wants to.
It's not the dreaming I'm worried about. Waking up is the hardest part.
When I was in grade school, I wanted a remote control car so badly for Christmas. But my mom didn't have enough money to buy expensive toys for us. Christmas Eve came and I dreamed that I got the car. It was a feeling unlike anything I'd ever experienced. It was pure ecstasy. Waking up was the hardest part, but I'm still happy that I got to have the dream.
What are you saying?
Let's embrace the dream, Sophia. Let's be happy again. Even if it's only for a few minutes, even if we have to. Even if we have to wake up sad.
All right. Guess I've been waking up sad long enough. One more day won't hurt. That much.
Are you ready to remember your vows?
I'm yours.
All right. Let's do it. Don't say anything you don't still mean, okay?
Okay,
Promise?
I promise.
There we were, that sunny day in May, dressed in our Sunday best. You never looked so good as you did that day, beaming from ear to ear as I walked through the flower petals up the hill to our makeshift altar at Center Tree.
And you? I'd say you never looked more beautiful. But the truth is, you look more beautiful every day that I know you. You looked beautiful that first day when I asked you out. And now, it's true. The priest opened his book and he began.
I, Jade, take you, Sophia.
I, Jade, take you, Sophia, to be
I,
my lawfully
Sophia,
wedded wife,
take you, Jade,
to have
to
in
be
the
my
fold
lawfully wedded
from this
husband,
day forward,
to have and
for
to
better,
hold
for
from this
worse,
day forward,
for
for
rich,
better or for worse, for richer or for poorer,
sickness and health.
sickness and in health,
Until
until death do us part.
sat waiting at the doctor's office for a routine prenatal visit. We were ecstatic. The doctor entered.
Jane, Sophia, lovely to see you.
This wasn't one of your better days.
Nor yours.
The doctor began.
Hello, Sophia, Jane.
Afternoon.
He said brightly, courageously.
How are we doing?
The doctor asked, condescendingly.
Well, really well.
He said, holding tightly in my hand.
Good. So, this is just a regular checkup. We're just going to check the baby's heartbeat, make sure she's healthy, and we'll be on our way.
The doctor said, cheerfully, crossed the room and grabbed the stethoscope.
You've been eating well?
Yes, Jaden's been making me.
This is odd. I don't think I'm...
That's it! That's it! Let's just skip this part of the story and get to the end.
Jaden, we should really let the whole story play out.
Can't we skip this part? I mean, we've been reliving it for the last 3 years anyway.
Jaden, we should really let the whole story play out.
Screw the story. Why do you care so much about the story anyway? Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. Let's just let the story play itself out.
The doctor continued.
Interesting.
What is it?
Let me just hear my other stethoscope.
All right, I'm not going any further until you tell us who you are, what you're doing, and why you're such an asshole.
Jaden!
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Doctor, Sendak, whoever you are. I refuse to keep going. Sophia doesn't deserve this. This is a bullshit idea, and you're a bullshit doctor. We can wake up now!
Jay!
And another thing, when we wake up, we're changing doctors.
Jay.
And we're never reading Where the Wild Things Are ever again. What, sweetheart?
I'd like to finish. I'd like to finish the story. One more time. It might help us. Deal with it. Sort through it, you know? Catharsis?
Oh, I see. All right then. We finish this story. You tell us who you are.
I will.
All right. The doctor tried again with the second stethoscope. Nothing. After more weird jowling, 2 hearts, beating, exclusion to all. We sat up on the paper-lined table, grabbing so very tightly in my hand. I put all my faith, hope, and love into that hand. The doctor looked at us, and he looked at his clipboard, and he looked at us and he said,
Her heart's not beating.
You didn't say it like that, Jaden. It was much more empathetic, like,
Her heart's not beating.
it didn't hurt any less the second time.
I know. The doctor ended the appointment with,
I'm very sorry for your loss. Here are some brochures for various counseling services. I will arrange another appointment with you very soon to discuss the healing process. Please talk to Amy at the front desk, and she'll fit you in as soon as possible.
And that was it.
that was it. Thanks for going there with me, Jay.
You're welcome, Sophia. It was good. It was good to talk about it and to see it from a different perspective.
Thanks, Jay.
So what now?
We grieve, I guess?
We didn't do anything wrong.
Came your comforting words once again.
It's still true.
hard to believe sometimes.
Are you happy now?
Are you?
Well, I guess seeing it all from different perspectives is a grandson perspective.
What do you think, Sophia?
Will it ever stop hurting?
That I don't think I can tell you.
Why not?
I'm not an oracle. I don't predict the future.
Oh, come on! Why do you care so much about our story? Who are you?
Well, I'm the author.
You're Maurice Sendak?
No, I'm not the author of Where the Wild Things Are. I'm the author of this story, the one you two remember tonight. Your story.
Our story?
What?
This story. Jaden, Sophia, your lives, your marriage, everything that happened and then re-happened tonight. I wrote it.
You bastard!
Jaden!
What? If you're the author of the story, then answer me this. What's the point in introducing a character just to kill them off before they're even born? It doesn't make any sense. It's terrible story logic. All it does is make your protagonist miserable.
I'm not trying to make my protagonist miserable.
Aren't you? That seems very much what you're trying to do here.
Jane, stop it!
Hang on, sweetheart. I need to hash this one out.
Just because I wrote this story, that doesn't mean that I'm in charge of everything that happens.
Doesn't it?
Maybe you act, and I just write it down. Maybe you speak, and I just write down what you say.
Well, someone had to decide that Abby wasn't going to see the light of day. And it wasn't me, and it wasn't Sophia.
Gee, you don't understand. It isn't anything you did or didn't do. This story isn't even about you. You and Sophia are not the main protagonists in this story.
What's it about then?
Beauty, truth, life. Abigail.
Abigail's life is not something you can just screw around with!
Was that directed at me or yourself? Do you want to see her?
Yes. Yes, we want to see her.
G. Would you like to see her?
Yes, I would.
Abigail. Finger painting, making things with Play-Doh. She prefers Lego over Barbies any day of the week. Her favorite meal is Cheerios. Jade, when you go grocery shopping, Abigail sings songs at the top of her lungs for the shopping cart. She's a storyteller, just like her dad. Sophia, Abigail is in awe of what you do. She's constantly telling her friends and even strangers on the street that you help sick people get better. When she grows up, she wants to be a nurse. Occasionally, after the two of you put her to bed, Abigail dresses up in her wool pajamas, comes to the top of the stairs and yells, "I'll eat you up."
She's so beautiful.
And she looks so cute in her little costume.
She's a bit of a rebel.
And she's wearing little Chuck Taylors.
She never stops talking.
Ever. And they're the most beautiful and insightful things.
She's already writing poetry.
Roses are
Roses
red.
are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, just like Mommy and Daddy.
She loves you both. Spoken much.
But she's not here. We're still without a daughter.
Are you?
Well, we're not going to physically have her back, are we?
Not anytime soon. No.
Then what's the point? We saw her and now we're still going to wake up without her.
Yes, but you're also going to wake up without all that guilt and shame. She is well. It isn't anything you did or didn't do.
She's so beautiful.
She is.
How do you know all this about her?
In an earlier draft, she survived.
interrupt your own stories.
More often than people think.
I'm so sorry I hated you.
I forgive you. You mostly just hated yourself.
Tell Abigail we love her so much.
And tell her we're sorry. And we made the story about us.
I will do that. Take care, you two.
Our bed.
Okay. I guess this is the dream's less than subtle way of saying it's time to wake up.
I guess so.
So what do we do now?
I guess we get to finish the story.
We're still gonna wake up sad.
Sad. Hopeful.
Sophie. I love you.
I love you, Jaden.
So where were we?
Here.
That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew.
And grew.
And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around.
And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day.
And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.